Mars has just entered Taurus and it will be there until July 20th. Mars is our action and drive. It can also cause conflict as well. And Mars being in Taurus is this gentle, gentle energy. So if you want to know what it means for your rising sign, keep watching. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. Okay, so a little bit more details about Mars in Taurus. Taurus is a grounded, stable sign. So Mars, it will slow down. Your drive could slow down just because it doesn't really enjoy being in Taurus. Doesn't dislike it, but it doesn't like it. It's just that strong, stable, fixed energy. But how to utilize this energy while Mars is in Taurus is to do things that you know that works. It's that workhorse energy. That's what it's going to give us. Getting all those little details, just working hard towards our goals and just moving forward. Mars will be here until July 20th, so we do have a lot of grounding, stable energy. And honestly, after this Mars and Aries transit, it's just going to feel like a little relief, which I feel like we all needed. I feel like we've been go, 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 and Mars and Aries transited over Chiron, so a lot of wounds were exposed in the house that Aries rules for you. And I feel like there was a lot of aggression. So Mars being in Taurus right now is really going to ground us. It's going to ground us and it's going to make us realize what's sustainable. What do we choose to have sustainable in our lives? What do we choose to move forward with? And it's going to give us that clarity. And yes, it is slow moving. Mars in Taurus is like slow and steady wins the race, but it's going to give you clarity. It's going to give you consistency. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, this is happening in your second house. Second house involves your finances, material possessions. It's also correlated with self-worth. I could really see you guys changing your perception about yourself and being like, no, I'm worth that. No, I'm worth that. And taking action on the resources that are available to you. You might not be in a situation in which you can do exactly what you want to do, but this Mars and Taurus energy is going to be like, okay, here we go. This is what you have in front of you. This is the clarity I need. And you're going to be able to take steps, little steps with the resources that you have. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, this is happening in your first house of self. You could have the sudden urge to change your appearance, change your hair, get a new hair color. It would be a really great time to do that as well. Take action on what brings you joy. And also, how do other people see you? Are you taking action in the right areas of your life to get the results that you would need? This is going to be a question for you guys. It's going to show you if you are taking action in the wrong areas of your life, it's not going to work out. That's what's going to happen. It's like the universe is going to be like, nope, and it's going to be a hard no. So you're going to be able to realize what's actually worth it. What's actually worth it to take action on, according to me. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, this is happening in your 12th house of the subconscious, mental health, things that are hidden. I feel like this is an opportunity for you, Gemini. This is an opportunity for you to dig up subconscious beliefs, like according to your drive, your sacral chakra. If you know anything about chakras, sacral is our drive, it's our motivation, and how we get going. So I feel like that if you are looking for a perception change in the way that you view things, the way that you do things, a lot of things can come to light. This is going to be a great time to take action on meditating, or what is your grounding practice? What clears your mind, Gemini, so that you can get epiphanies and answers according to your drive and your purpose? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, this is happening in your 11th house of communities, friends, your hopes and dreams. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys join a new group during this time, or leave a group that no longer serves you anymore. Leave a community, leave a friend group, and find a new one. It also can be utilized to work towards your hopes and dreams, as the 11th house is hopes and dreams. So use this Mars energy. Yes, it's slow and steady wins the race, but use it to get some clarity on what are my hopes and dreams? What direction am I going in life? Is this the direction I want to be going in life? Is this what I choose out of life? A lot of these questions might come up. There's a dragonfly literally right outside my window, and it's poking to come in, and it's looking at me, and this is crazy. Well, let's keep going. I will say that Mars can create conflict here just because you might have conflict in a friend group. You're not really digging their vibe and you guys get into an argument, and so you end up leaving the friend group and finding a new one. I could see that happening with a lot of Cancer risings, Sun Moon risings right now. Leo, Mars is moving into the 10th house of public image and career for you. This is an opportune time to be a workhorse. Slow and steady wins the race. What career goals do you have set out in front of you that's going to take time? This is long term energy. So look at the tasks in front of you, create a plan, strategize how to tackle all this energy, all these tasks that you have going on. And if you have no idea what you want to do in terms of career, this could be a really good time for some grounding practices to allow yourself to get that clarity to come in. And just 1% a day. Mars and Taurus, you really have to conserve your energy. I know it's going towards your career and we can get hyped up and excited, but it is about conserving your energy and using it for the right things and doing things you already know that work with a little spin on it. Virgo, Mars is entering your 9th house of higher education, foreign travel, spirituality. I feel like there's going to be a slowdown. Like you guys, I could see it happening where you guys have this really big itch to travel and you end up booking trips. That could totally happen. Or you have this itch to further your education, but then you end up not being able to take the course or the class until after Mars leaves Taurus. And then it goes into Gemini, which would make total sense, the sign of communication and learning and talking. So it can play out in a lot of ways. Also, spirituality. If you are into spirituality, this would be a really great time to connect spiritually with your higher self and take that action. So Virgo, if you have the itch to book a trip, start booking those trips because the energy does support that action. Libra, this is happening in your 8th house of other people's finances, investments, the occult, intimacy. I feel like Libras are going through a relationship change right now, what they really choose and want out of a relationship. I'm a Libra Sun Moon. I've noticed that with other Libras and clients as well. And it's just about the transformation. It's like something used to give you feel like you had intimacy with this person. There were old ways and old things that you used to have intimacy with people. And I feel like a lot of Libras just scratch that all out because the South Node's in Libra right now and they started new friendships, started new relationships. And I feel like this Mars and Taurus is like, there weren't all bad things in the relationships you had previously. And I'm not just talking about romantic relationships, this is also platonic as well, work relationships. I feel like that because Libra scratched and went from new, I feel like it's time for Libras to bring back some of their old ways that were good, that made you feel good. So I feel like Libras, this is going to be a big play on intimacy. It could involve even marriage, by the way, because Taurus is that fixed sign and it is a slow and steady wins a race. So if you've been in a long-term relationship and it's going well, I could see Libras getting married during this time. Scorpio, this is happening in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So if you are single and you're looking to mingle, this would be a good time to take action. Get on a dating website. I don't know, I've never been on those, so I have no idea. But get on a dating website. Get yourself out there. I know a lot of Scorpios can tend to not want to be as much in the public eye, but you have your local community. You have online in a way where you can find somebody new that interests you. I also, because it is platonic as well, I feel like that a lot of you could just be busier with other people in your life. Like a lot of other people could be taking up your time during this time. And it's important with Mars and Taurus to make sure you have your grounding practices in place and you're not spreading yourself too thin. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars and Taurus is entering into your 6th house of daily routines, coworkers, pets, your physical health. This would be a really great time, Sagittarius, to take action on your physical health and routines. You could also buy a pet. That's also an action as well. But if you end up having any physical health complications or you feel like your schedule is too busy or it's too light, this is a sign. Mars is here to give you this sign. It's here to tell you, hey, we need to work on our physical health. It's time. Or we need to change and switch up our routine. There's just too many things that I'm doing at one time, and it's going to end up exhausting you because Mars in Taurus is not a lot of energy. So it's going to ask you what's worth the energy right now. Capricorn, this is entering your 5th house of fun. I'm excited for you. Capricorn, this would be the time to take action on your creative pursuits. What lights you up? What brings you joy? It's also the house of dating. So you could, if you're single and ready to mingle, or if you have a partner and you want to, rekindle something and you want to go on dates and experience that, this would be a good time to plan some dates out. And also just be wary of the energy. Mars and Taurus, it's not a lot of energy. So you want to be wary of that energy and where you're putting your energy out into. Is it dating? Is it creative projects? Is it a little bit of both? Maybe you go on 1 or 2 dates this month, nothing crazy, and then you end up tackling a brand new creative project. And that's where a lot of your action is taking place. So it's going to be about conserving your energy, but at the same time being smart about your energy. Where are you putting your energy in your creative pursuits? Also, I will say this, if you are a Capricorn that has children, you could get busier this time with your children. Your children could have a lot of things going on and you have to take them to that, or just something like that, like with children. Aquarius, sun, moon, rising. This is happening in your 4th house of family, home life, self-care, your stability, your roots. With Mars entering the 4th house of family and home, honestly, Aquarius, if you want to move, take action. The energy supports it. Start looking at houses, start looking at apartments, whatever you're looking for. Start looking at different states if you really, really want to move. Start looking. This is the energy, this is the time. And it is that slow and steady energy. So it might happen after the transit. You might get the apartment, or you might get the job that takes you to move far away. But it is the time to start looking and start getting exciting. So if that is something you're trying to manifest, the energy does support that. I do see this playing out for a lot of Aquariuses in the form of self-care, because Taurus is all about our senses, our body, taking care of our body. This is going to be a good moment for you to have epiphanies around, am I taking care of myself? Am I taking care of my body? Am I being efficient with the way I'm taking care of myself? Or am I taking care of other people too much? Am I working too much, Aquarius? Am I, not feeling well? If you don't feel well, Aquarius, this is the self-care house. It's time to be your own mom, mother yourself, stay home, be that homebody if you feel the need to, because the energy will be drained with Mars and Taurus. But take care of yourself. Pisces, sun, moon, rising. This is happening in your 3rd house of communication, your mind, short trips. I will say this, with Pisces, the 3rd house does rule cars, and with Mars, a planet of action, just be careful during this time. Car accidents can happen. Your car might break down as well, just being honest. I have had friends who have had transits in the 3rd house with Mars, and their car broke down twice. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but just get that oil change, check up on your car, just make sure it's good. But the 3rd house is also about communication. So you guys might be more talkative. You might be able to really understand what's going on in your mind and be able to communicate that with the people around you. This actually supports you to move forward. It supports you to communicate. Even if you're in your head, you're like, my ideas sound crazy. Communicate that. Mars is taking action. Take action on your communication and take action on your mind. What are you allowing into your mind that doesn't need to be there anymore? Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, comment below what your sun, moon, rising is, and do you relate to any of these? Have you been starting to feel this Mars energy? Because I have. I felt a slowdown, but I've definitely felt a focus in career.